I don't know if you guys know this, but the Sixers are so damn exhausting. I mean, it's only been 3 games. Tonight's the 4th game, and I'm already exhausted and tired even thinking about this Sixers season. Like, the disappointment, I don't even care anymore. I mean, we'll watch, we'll talk about them, but this team, this ownership, this organization just don't give a crap about us fans one iota. We're going to talk Sixers today. We're going to talk Joel Embiid, Paul George, Eagles unsung heroes, Halloween candy, and so much more. Trending in the AM, we're live in 30 seconds.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 woo!
And a very good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. We're live. Facebook, no Facebook, YouTube and Twitter. That's it. That's where we're live, guys. So make sure you do me that favor. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that share button on the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that bell that turns notifications on the Twitter, on the X. Make sure you hit the retweet, repost button, and shoot me a follow. You can comment on Twitter. There's a lot of people that watch on Twitter. You got to open the video and then comment in the chat box once you open the video. I'd greatly appreciate your opinions on all things Philly sports as we're talking Sixers, Eagles, Halloween candy, and more today. But most importantly, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the YouTube page. Hit 217 subscribers last night. Not too bad for a month's worth of work, guys. I'm Phil Stiefel. You can find me on all social media platforms at Beard and Knowledge. And we got lots to talk about today. And yes, the Sixers. We're Sixers blue today. We're talking the Philadelphia 76ers and how they're not really made for this hashtag, whatever the hell that even is supposed to mean, that hashtag, because the Sixers are continuing to disappoint us even in the very early part. Normally, the Sixers' disappointments don't come till April, May, June. The Sixers' disappointments are happening in October now. And I don't know about anybody else out there in the intraweb world out there, but I'm over the Sixers already. 3 games into the season, game 4 tonight, and I could care less. It'll be on in the background as I'm doing things around the house tonight. But I can care less about the Sixers already. And it's not because Joel Embiid isn't playing tonight. Because Joel Embiid hasn't played regularly since day one-ish. Not even day one-ish, day one period. I'm just over and exhausted with the way they treat us, the fans, who for the last 10 years plus has given our hearts to a team that just doesn't care about us. Just doesn't care about honesty, transparency, telling us what the F is going on. The Sixers were fined $100,000 for basically not being forthright with whatever Joel Embiid's injury is. So I guess the NBA's investigation has proven that there is an injury to Joel Embiid, and they're not disclosing it to us or to the rest of the NBA. This whole ramping up thing. The Sixers have literally given us, again, for the 15 millionth time, a big fat middle finger because they know we're going to tune in. They know we're going to show up. They know we're going to buy the jerseys. They know it all. And they don't care about us. It comes down to ownership, the first and foremost. Josh Harris just don't give a rat's ass about anybody other than himself. Sitting here chatting with my buddy Brian last night, texting back and forth as I'm watching the Flyers game and actually enjoying the Flyers game. And we're just sitting there chit-chatting and talking about how nauseating it is to be a Sixers fan after all this time. And how tonight should be a fun night. Tobias Harris is back. We can goof around and jeer him a little bit. No. We're sitting here talking about Joel Embiid still not playing. Paul George, I get Paul George. He got hurt in practice or in a preseason game. He's recovering from that. It was a 1 to 2 week injury, and it's pushing 2 weeks now. I get that. That's not Paul. That's not anybody's fault. But this whole Joel Embiid situation has reminded us how little they care about us, the fans. I really do. Couple Marshawn comments right away. Protecting Joel too. What do they protect? I don't even know. What are they protecting? They're protecting Joel. Why? How? We knew they were very forthcoming with the fact that, hey, he ain't going to play any back-to-backs anymore. Maybe ever. All right. So why isn't he ready to play? Why hasn't he played yet? Why hasn't he practiced in full till Shams reported that yesterday he practiced in full? Why did he practice? Why was yesterday the first time he practiced in full? What did he do wrong at the Olympics? What did he do wrong in camp that he is not ready to play day one-ish? We're now going into 4 games, and it's exhausting to this point. What organization, corporation ever cared? Grow up. I see. So you're just starting with the jokes right off. Comment 2 of the day. We're starting with the jokes. The Eagles at least put on a front that they care. They might not really. But the Sixers don't even hide the fact. And in a moment, I'm going to play. If you haven't seen the Nick Nurse question and answer session yesterday, where he's just blatantly saying, I ain't answering shit, in a nutshell, Nick Nurse comes off so unlikable. And yes, probably Nick Nurse is just following orders from his bosses. Yo, give him nothing. And maybe he's frustrated that he doesn't have his guys out there. But he comes off as an a-hole, plain and simple. When he's talking to the media, maybe there's some beefs with some of the media members too, because he answers some of them one way and others in a different tone. Yes, I'm a tone expert now, just so you know. Nick Nurse comes off as a complete a-hole D-bag, plain and simple. What's up, mister? I would like to suggest an open song for STT Morning Show. What do you think about DMX Rough Riders Anthem? Well, see, the thing is, mister, I'm sure that's a copyright violation if I had that. There's a section of music under YouTube Music Studio, and it has all the copyright-free music that I'm allowed to pick from. There's tens of thousands of songs and beats. The one that I'm playing now is the one I chose. It had a boop, boop, doo, 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 had a nice little beat to it. If you go through the YouTube copyright-free studio and find something better, you send it to me, and I'll think about it. But I like a nice little upbeat beat to get the morning started. Oddly enough, the one I want to play, I can't find anymore. Because we're coming up on the 3-year anniversary of the first Trending in the AM on Friday. And I'm going to try to find the original intro video that I used to play and had a spin-off of Lose Yourself from Eminem, a copyright-free version, which was always my jam in the morning to get me going. So I'm going to try to find that for Friday's show, just so you know. You're protecting Joel. This ain't like Bully King hiding Iverson's jersey so he doesn't play. Well, maybe, okay, I get that. I get that, Marshawn. I get it. But you got to be transparent with the fans. Legally, you got to be transparent with the NBA. There are rules in place for a reason. A, so the teams know who they're playing or not playing. B, they have the new rule where you can't just sit guys out for no reason all the time for load management. They're not being transparent, the organization. They're not being honest with anybody. That's all we want. That's all I want, at least. Maybe you don't want it, but I want the honesty. I want the trust. I want to be able to trust the organization that I cheer for, that they have the best interest of the team and the fans that support the team in mind. Now, resting Joel Embiid, protecting him from playing 70 games a year, even if he tried, he couldn't. Protecting him is probably the right thing. But they're not giving us anything. They're not giving us anything to trust that they have our interests in mind. Without us, there ain't no team. It's simple. Load managing him from the Olympics. They just don't want to admit it from signing his extension. Load management, what? That he played too much? I mean, he played like 5 minutes a game. He barely played in the Olympics. So I don't know what they're load managing from the Olympics. The Olympics, before the Olympics, Al, we were told we're supposed to get him in shape to start the season so he doesn't come into camp out of shape. So you're telling me the Olympics caused him not to be able to run scrimmages till yesterday in training camp? I don't believe that. If anything, the Olympics maybe bumped him down, hurt him, slowed his season, getting ready for the season progress. I still believe there must have been a tweak to that knee. Now they're talking about the knee after the fine yesterday. From the and what do you fine a team a team in the NBA with an owner worth billions of dollars? You fine him $100,000. He just probably pulled out his wallet and it's like, here you go. Keep the change. $100,000 is nothing to an organization like the Sixers. That doesn't send a statement. The Sixers like, I don't care. All right, you want to find me $100,000? Find me $100,000 every day. Best investment I ever made by not being truthful. Just want some clarity on the situation. That is all I want. And there's a lot of fans, Marshall, and you might not agree, but there's a lot of fans. All they want is some clarity on the situation. Tell us, look, we made some missteps with Joel Embiid's progress this offseason. We're a little behind the 8 ball. Our goal is by X date to have him ready. Just give us that answer. And then we might not care as much. We might not be as annoyed. Hey, we know this is the process. Not to use the pun there. This is the process to get him on the court. Okay, now we have something tangible to talk about, to think about. But we have no freaking clue when it comes to Joel Embiid and the Sixers right now. At least with Paul George, we know he had a bone bruise from that hyperextension. It's a 2-week process approximately. We're coming up on 2 weeks. He practiced in full yesterday. He might be back by the 2nd is the next game. So that's Saturday. That's all. Just give us clarity on the situation. You don't even spend money. How do you know I don't spend money on this team? I do. I pay for a cable package that guarantees me to get NBC Sports Philly. I buy shirts. I buy jerseys. I don't go to games, but I still enjoy the team. I still spend money on ancillary parts of the team, just so you know. So I do spend money. I spend, baby. I spend. You call me cheap? If you get that one. I say the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. I say give NBA Commissioner Adam Silver the middle finger. He made us pay Ben Simmons and James Harden when they refused to play. Ben Simmons, by the way, had to have back load management last night and had to skip a game last night to keep his back in check. No surprise there. No surprise there. What organization or Fortune 500 company is going to do that? The Eagles are pretty honest with a lot of the stuff they do. The Flyers, well, maybe the Flyers hockey teams aren't Fortune 500. Fox's Pizza is very transparent with it. I mean, we're not Fortune 500, but we're very transparent. It's how you handle yourself, Marshall. That's what it is. And the way the Sixers are doing it, I'm going to find it right now. You might not care to see it, but I want to show it for everybody that hasn't seen it. And just to make a point, I got lots of videos to play. I'm going to pull this up on this. Oops, that's not the right way to do the shared screen. Is that it? Nope, that's the wrong one as well. I'm going to end up screwing something up here and not doing this the right way. But we'll try our best to share this video and show why my guy is so unlikable.
Sorry, apologies.
All right, pause that right there. Back to this screen. I mean, just listen to Nick Nurse talk yesterday and tell me he doesn't come off as a complete and total a-hole right now.
I've been worried about Joel and Paul in terms of their participation in practice today. Were they able to do any live 5-on-5 or anything like that today?
Embiid.
You guys got the update? They were in parts of practice.
Sound like
On we go.
sorry. It
Sorry,
sounded like
sorry, apologies, but go ahead.
Sorry. It sounded like you guys went pretty hard for a good chunk of time today during practice. What was
Basically, just blew the question off. You got the results. You got the memo. That's all I'm going to say. In a second here, there's a follow-up question. Unfortunately, he doesn't sit close enough. It's hard to hear him.
Who we are and how we want to play, which finally showed up there 3 games in. Just
Here comes the question.
With Joel's plan,
I'm not going to answer.
I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to answer.
What was different?
It's stupid. It's stupid. Like honestly, just put your hand up. No, I'm not going to answer. Like a little child. It's so unlikable how Nick Nurse handles it. And again, it is not Nick Nurse's fault, probably. This is probably what he is being told to handle the situation. Not going to answer it. You got the memo just like we did. Well, come on now. Obviously, Shams reporting other stuff through his sources. So obviously there's more going on than what Nick Nurse is saying. I already said that one. Gotcha. Sixers will not give you transparency if it impacts their wallets in any way. And honestly, Nooms, I agree 1,000% with this. By dangling the carrot, people will continue to go spend money to go see Joel Embiid play, whether he plays or not. And ticket prices, the ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of those ticket prices, and the amount of tickets are sold go along with whether Joel Embiid maybe will play or maybe won't play. So all they care about is selling that arena out night in and night out. Trying to pay for that new arena downtown. It is what it is. And I get it. I don't have to like it, though, Nooms. I do not have to like it. 1 iota. You talk about the teams on your show. If anything, you are... Can't read that. Eyeing off the team? A-ing off the team? I can't read for some reason. Can't see what that word is there. If why is that why Devin White missed games for personal reasons? All right, so you're fair there. Devin White's a different situation, maybe. Maybe they weren't very honest and transparent, the Eagles, about Devin White. But Devin White was not the superstar that sells the tickets. If they did this with Jalen Hurts, I'd have a problem with it. If they did this with Bryce Harper, I'd have a problem with it. That's it. There's a big difference in Devin White and Joel Embiid and being honest on why a player's playing or not playing. Big, big difference. For someone who's done with the Sixers, you haven't stopped talking about. Oh, my God. Marshawn, would you like to talk about something else? What would you like to talk about, Marshawn? Please, give me anything you would like to talk about other than the Sixers right now. Please. I'm asking you what you want to talk about. Please, let me know. 3 thumbs? I only have 2 thumbs, okay? 1, 2. That's it. Deontay Johnson sucks. He got traded, yes, very cheaply. Eating off the team. Yeah, okay. I got it. Eating off the team. Yeah, of course I am. I have a show to do. This is the trending topic this morning. Do I not talk about the trending topic in Philly sports? The most popular topic right now in Philly sports? I don't understand what you're trying to get at here. Stop being that guy. I sound like Matty B. What in the holy hell are you even trying to say? That ain't even completely, remotely close to the truth right there. Just so you know, Marshawn. You are the one that's actually bringing the negativity and bringing nothing to the conversation that I have here today. And I have other things to talk about today. But you're the one that doesn't want to bring anything to the conversation. Let Cooper DeJean what? Let him what? Because I got Eagles talk for today. I've got unsung heroes on the Eagles that I want to prop up, K1. But I'm curious why Marshawn is so against me talking about how pissed off I am about the Sixers and the way they're handling this situation. Why he doesn't have anything to add to the conversation other than talking about me, talking about the situation. That's kind of where I want to talk about now. Since Will Smith is part owner of the Sixers, he should come to press conferences so he can bitch slap people for not keeping Embiid out of their mouth. Well, he'd be bitch slapping me right now. Okay? If he knew, mister, what the text messages back and forth between me and my buddy Brian looked like from last night, Will Smith would be double slapping me back and forth multiple times because I couldn't keep Joel Embiid's name out of my mouth. I'm not ready to discuss the exact terms of the text message chain I had with my man Brian last night. What's up, Eric, the gatekeeper? Good morning. Hope you are well. Jalen Hurts glazed. Don't sell no more. Stop. Jalen Hurts is still way better than you'll give him credit for. So, whatever. If you want to devolve this show into a Jalen Hurts hate show, sure, be my guest. Salute. Well, then talk about them sitting up here talking Sixers and you don't care. What are you even saying? Do you even know what you say half the time? Or am I that dumb that I don't realize what you're trying to say? Thing is, people will just turn their backs on the Sixers until the World Series till the W's show up. They're not accomplishing anything except pissing people off. Absolutely agree with you. They are pissing people off. I don't know if a few wins, Nooms, changes that. I don't think a few wins, they go out and beat the Pistons tonight and get to 2-2. That don't solve anything. They should go out there and beat the Pistons no matter who starts for them. The Pistons are straight trash. I mean, Detroit, they're living in the bed that they sowed. I mean, they're still a bad team. They're already regretting their Tobias Harris signing. They're already talking about benching Tobias Harris out there. Already talking about that $50 million contract of being a waste. You get what you get, you know? It should have been a fun day today. Talking about will you boo or cheer or indifferent on Tobias Harris's return. It's so odd that his return is literally in the fourth game of the season. It really is. That's what we should be talking about today. Bop, 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 tulip. Yeah, you got to get it right. You said you don't care about the Sixers and yet continue to talk about them. Am I not supposed to talk about them? I don't care about them. It's different than not talking about them. They are the trending topic right now. We can talk Jalen Hurts again if you want, but you'll lose that argument again. So I try to change the conversation to something else that's important right now in the world of sports, and you don't like my opinion on it. Whatever. The Detroit Crumble Cookies are coming to town. That is right. And they're just bad. They're going to get their first win of the season. They're going to get their first win of the season tonight against the Sixers. And I'm going to be furious about it. Furious if the Pistons come out here and win tonight. And again, we could talk the Sixers themselves and ignore all the controversy. The Sixers aren't good enough without Joel Embiid and Paul George. This team was built around having those two stars on the roster. And when they're not out there, this team is a bunch of role players and Tyrese Maxey. And it's not good enough. So if Joel Embiid's going to play only 40 games this year, you're in a lot of trouble. Torch is right in the ship. They have to get to know each other just like the Eagles. They got a lot of young guys that got to grow up on that team, Nooms, too. I know Urson had a shutout last night. I watched some of it. Watched most of the third period last night. They looked good. I saw Coots get a breakaway. I'm like, there's no way he's getting this breakaway because he's just too slow for a breakaway anymore. They still need a goalie, even though he got a shutout last night. I'm still not on board with Sam Urson. You know, Kozlov, I mean, whatever. They got a lot of growing up to do, the Flyers, for sure. You don't know I do know what I want. I want the Sixers to be honest with me about Joel Embiid. I've sat here for 10 years being patient. I just want transparency. Lost the argument like Jalen lost the ball in the Super Bowl. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Great. Saying You sound like Matty B is fighting words, Phil. You and Marshawn got to put the boxing glove. I don't put boxing gloves on. All right, I street fight, mister. I'm the Ric Flair of street fighting. I'm the dirtiest man in the game. All right? I'm a lover, not a fighter, anyway. The Flyers beat a real team, but still talking the other Philly sports teams beating garbage team. Like, I don't know enough about the NHL yet this year to know who are the good teams and who are the not. My Flyers hockey knowledge has slacked the last couple of years. My NHL knowledge has definitely slacked, Barbara, over the last few years. Every team we face, and when I'm watching the game, I don't know if the team they're playing, outside of what the record says on the screen, I don't know if they're a good organization anymore or not, Barbara. But I have brought the Flyers into the conversation several times. There was a play last night in the third period. It was not a scoring play. It was just a give and go, and Mitchkov was involved in it. And I was just like, damn, I don't care that didn't go in. This kid is something special. There's like these little plays here and there that aren't resulting in scoring plays that I see from Matvey every single game. And I'm just like, man, when the rest of the team catches up to how good he is, there's something special going to be happening there with the Flyers. That kid's the real deal. I hope he stays healthy. I hope the team builds around him. I hope he progresses the way he needs to, because he's got something really special there. The game is just a little slower to him than everybody else. He processes the knowledge the read and reactions way faster than everybody else, and it's special to watch it. It really is. Remember the good times when we had cap space and we could lean on our creativity for how we build a title contender completely around Joel and Maxey? Great times. When was that? I don't remember when that last was. Embiid played 39 games last year. How much less can he play? Yeah. And it was a problem. It's going to continue to be a problem. I can't trust a dude named Joel Embiid, the processed Cameroonian thief. Yeah. Yeah. Having put the fans through the process already, if the Sixers for pissing it, yeah, basically. That's what they're doing. Flyers' biggest problem, it's been the biggest problem, Barbara, since like 1988. I don't know, I'm just making that number up. It's been the problem for this team for 3 decades. 3 decades we've been looking for a goalie. Now I can't curse Mitch. Why? Because I said something nice about him? Because I complimented him? Because I actually do have some hockey X's and O's and knowledge and ability to understand the game? He's special. He is damn special. He knows because I know his first name, Matvey, and I can actually pronounce it, just like I can pronounce Bozudenhout. There's no golf this week. I don't know what I'm going to do with no golf this week. Sixers are sabotaging the championship hopes. We are provoking negative attention, killing the team's chemistry and morale, and putting too much pressure on Maxey. Multiple statements here. Sabotaging their championship hopes. Absolutely. Provoking negative attention. Definitely. Killing the team's chemistry. If your stars don't play, you can't build chemistry, and absolutely putting too much pressure on Maxey. Maxey could be the star on an average team. He's the number 2 on a great team. And right now you're forcing him to be the number 1 with a bunch of guys that don't complement his game. That's the thing. The complementary pieces are for Joel and Paul George, not for Tyrese Maxey. And it makes it very difficult for Tyrese Maxey to go out there and do his business when those guys aren't meant to complement him. Maxey's supposed to complement Joel. And the other guys are supposed to complement Joel. And there's this whole randomness to it. Again, we're going to go out there tonight against a bad Detroit Pistons team. We're going to go out there with Maxey, Caleb Martin again, maybe Kyle Lowry start. The fact that Kyle Lowry has to start at 38 years old. You got Buddy Hield out there dropping 27 last night, averaging over 20 points a game for Golden State. But then we got Eric Gordon and his 2 bricks for feet out there. Still got Reggie Jackson taking up a roster spot. KJ Martin. Everybody's hyped for KJ Martin this year. Tried to say slow your roll on KJ Martin. But here we are, 4 games. Yabusele is supposed to be a hustle, heart, energy guy, is being forced to take far too many shots a game. Fedotov's issues are language and communication related. The talent is there, really, but he needs AHL reps. You oftentimes can just plug and play KHL to NHL, especially in the crease. Yeah, I don't know about that or not, about the language and communication issue for Fedotov. Maybe you're on to something there, Nooms. I'm not positive on that. But maybe. I just don't think he's that good, personally, from what I've seen. Free crumble cookies at the Wells Fargo. When Tobias, they should. If Crumble Cookie was smart, they'd be channeling in on this one tonight. They really would. They really would. The last I checked, which was actually like a month ago, because my wife asked, because my wife's madly in love with Furkan. He had not signed with an NBA roster yet. He thought after the All-Star break last year he'd latch back on, and he did not. I could Google search it real quick, see if some European team signed him. But the last I checked, he is not on anybody's roster. He plays in Turkey for the AS Monaco of the LNB Elite and Euro League. There you go. That's where he is. He's playing Turkish professional basketball these days. Yeah, we relied on him how often over the years. The Turkish MJ. Yeah, Corky. The Turkish MJ. Oh, my God. What in the world? Good old MJ or Turkish MJ right there. I do want to give a little shout out today. You know me, guys, with the shout outs and the sentimental stuff on this show. But today would have been my dad's 77th birthday. So I want to wish him a happy birthday. Everything I know, the way I'm patient with you people is because of the patience he taught me in life. So happy birthday to my dad. You know, we do this for you. This is not a cheers because this is just orange juice. But here you go. Happy 77th birthday, my man. We'll take that off the screen right there. You guys know me and the sentimental stuff right there. Korkmaz's got Eastern European swag. Well, he is. He's from Istanbul, right? Is it Istanbul or is he from Turkey? I forget where he's from. But he's got that European swag for sure. Somewhere, Maxi is thinking if we just add 3 more 37-year-olds, we'll be the most experienced team in the NBA. Yeah, exactly. Yes, that was young me next to my father. That was probably 19. I want to say that was from because that was I was fascinated with the blue color of the original Marlins when the Marlins first came in the MLB. So that was probably 93 or 92 when the Marlins came in. I was fascinated with the bright blue and the hats. I love blue, so that's why I was wearing that. So that was from my very early days. I was probably 12 or 13 in that picture. Yes, that was me. Yeah, that is correct, Mr. 100%. Even then, Phil had that clueless look. Yeah, I actually, honestly, we could put that back up if you want for a second. Hold on a second. If I'm just being honest, like I'm only 12 or 13, but I kind of look a little high, don't I? I ain't gonna lie, right? Don't I look like my eyes are like spaced out a little bit? Like I really legitly now thinking back on it, like did something get laced in my drink or something there? Like seriously, I don't know. Like there's something off in my eyes in that picture there. 100%. Just gonna throw that out there. I'm not sure what it was or why it was. Maybe it was because it was a sunny day and I didn't have sunglasses on. I don't know. Thank you. That was a young VCP when I actually was VCPing on a regular basis. That's when I was just starting, just so you know, to crack a little bit there. I do, don't I? I really legitly do. I'm not going to lie. Like, I mean, I'm 12 or 13, so I definitely wasn't, but I definitely look it in that picture without a shadow of a doubt. What's up, Trinidad? Back from the dead because the Yankees won a game. Guys, my guy, you're not coming back in the series. It ain't going to be some magical run for the Yankees to come back from 0-3. It's just not going to happen. Now, I will say, that Yankees fan that tried to rip the ball out of the Dodgers outfielder, needs to be banned from baseball for life. Banned. If you haven't seen that play, go look that one up. My bats. You own the bats? Are you George Steinbrenner's son? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I was not lining up the dates at that point at all, my girl. I was not. New York become the first city to lose an NFL, NBA, MLS, and MLB all in the same day. Would you look at that? Even that didn't even happen in Philly. What in the world? I see why they call him Joel. What? I don't know if that even makes sense. That fan needs season. What? Stop. That's an embarrassment to sports. I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, you'd be saying exactly the same thing I am. They tried to hit our pitchers twice. What? It was probably just a Phillies fan in disguise at Yankee Stadium, right? Yeah, I figured what you meant. I just didn't even pick up on that. That fan is he is a season ticket holder. That fan is a disgrace. Disgrace. And it wasn't like he was leaning over. That fan was literally grabbing the glove and peeling it over. And I think there was another fan involved, literally trying to break the guy's hand to rip that ball out of his glove. It was a joke. Complete and total joke. Stevie Fuentes in the house. That guy ripping out the ball out of Betts. It was Betts, yeah. It was hilarious. His facial expression the whole time. And when the umps were over there, he's like, "Look, he was over," trying to give a reason why. Like it was no big deal what he did. Like fans need to stay out of the field of play. If that was a Dodgers fan doing it to a Yankees, that same Yankees fan that got involved, oh, that was awful, blah, 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 kick him out of baseball. Embarrassing when that stuff happens in sports. I can understand if it's a bang-bang play or if it's close, but that wasn't close. He was literally peeling the glove open to get that ball. They all see how much money that Ohtani ball won, and everybody wants one. Wait, New York Red Bulls won. There's like 400 New York soccer teams. They robbed us of a home run in game one the same way. Just couldn't grab the glove, and then they hit Stanton and Judge on his wrist. Yeah, look, I'm not saying the Dodgers are innocent of anything. I just know what I saw last night, and the Yankees ain't innocent either. When everybody trash talks Philly fans and how much we're scumbags and we're awful, let me tell you something. The other side of the equation is just as bad. 80s babies were conceived with a nickel bag of reefer being high as in our I don't know. I don't know about my dad enough to know whether I'm sure he was at the original Woodstock. So I'm sure he might have enjoyed a thing or two, but my mom, I'm pretty sure my mom never did anything at all. But my dad probably had one or two little moments in his life. We'll just leave it at that. But unfortunately, I don't know those answers to that question right there. I do know my love for gin comes from him, though. I will tell you that. I call that a committed fan. Mad props out. Committed. That's right. He's committed, all right. Who among us would not do it? I mean, I would reach to try to catch a foul ball, but I'm not grabbing the player's glove and trying to peel it open to get that ball out of his hand. That is just taking it a little too far. That fan needs a statue, as long as it's better than the Dwayne Wade statue, right? As long as it's better than the Dwayne Wade statue, which is the biggest joke I've ever seen. Out of all statues are bad, but that is the worst of all statues I've ever seen. That man was manipulating the stadium netting. I don't know about that. Freddie Freeman is clutch and much better than over. Yeah, Freddie Freeman is clutch, and I do love me some Freddie Freeman. He's a great player, a great person. Had his struggles in life, so mad props to him. Are sure that wasn't Al impersonating a Yankees fan? It was a Phillies fan impersonating a Yankees fan for sure. Let's play dirty ball, whatever. I'm not watching much of the World Series, so I tried turning it on last night. I saw that play happen, and I just literally 5 minutes later turned it off. I hope all these New York fans live in New York or lived in New York. Just saying. Why? I don't understand. I would have put Mookie in an armbar. Yeah, and Mookie would have knocked you on your ass while your dad went. He did. He was. My dad was an old man, you know. He'd be, I don't even remember how old he is exactly. I try to do the math every year. But he's been gone for 25 years. So, but yeah, he was a member of the U.S. Coast Guards in the mid 60s. Went to Woodstock. Big music lover, big gin lover, big beer lover too, big football lover. That outfield needed Big Dom. Yeah, could you imagine Big Dom trying to break that situation up? There was also a Yankees fan in outfield. I don't even know what the Nets are. I don't pay close enough attention to the Yankees for that. The ball in LA would have gone off the wall and was properly called, so opposed to the Meyer play in the 90s. Yeah. I have the power rankings written down. Thinking of doing a special show, AOL, later tonight, maybe. We'll see on time. If not, I'll do them tomorrow. But I got them. I've come up with my power rankings. Eagles #1 in the NFL power rankings of this week. No, I'm just kidding with that. Dodgers fan calling it cheating, classless, dirty. I call it devoted and determination. Well, that makes you classless. All right? Just going to say it. Makes you classless. What's Club Shay Shay? What's Club Shay Shay? I don't know what Club Shay Shay is. Because of the 7 foot, 280 pound invisible man, I have to watch Drumstuck Kyle and #1 option Kelly. Look, it's a problem. It's a problem. Something we're gonna have to talk about. Was not properly called. The fan legit reached over and snatched it from the Yankee player in game. KC or Detroit should be 1 and 2. They both are 1 and 2 in my power ranking stuck. We'll get to them tomorrow. I haven't had a chance to make a graphic yet. I wrote them down, just didn't have a chance to get a graphic made up. So we'll try to do some kind of graphic or slideshow or spreadsheet thing tonight, and I'll go live for it later tonight. More content. We always need more content, right? Well, give us a taste. Well, I just gave you a taste. KC and Detroit are in the top 2, right? I think so. Yes, they are my top 2 teams. Just going to say it. The night shows aren't live, though. That show isn't live. I haven't put it out there the last 2 days, but I have gone live at night. It's just the Eagles check down. When I share that, I'm having some issues with the uploading of it lately, the last couple nights. But the Eagles check down at 11 p.m., that is not live. But there are other things I've done live. And you got to check out Chet and Bill Furman on Philly Press Box Radio right here on this channel tonight at 8. They have crap. What are the names of their guests tonight? They got a legend from NFL Films, and they got a former Penn Stater on their show tonight. I got to Google search it real quick. I forget who they have on. I should be better prepared to promote the other great show on my channel here. You know, Philly Press Box Radio. There's Jim's email. Tonight on Philly Press Box Radio, they have former Penn State offensive lineman Keith Goon Conlon and author, former NFL Films legend, cameraman Bob Angelo on the show tonight. So they'll have some great interviews. They'll talk a lot of football tonight. Shout out to Chet and the crew. They have some great stuff on their show every single week. I'll be classless. They ain't celebrating on our field. That's true. That is the worst. It is the worst when another team celebrates on your field. Oh, is it? Okay. Who knew? 11-4 what? Slideshow, Bob? Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm done talking about the World Series. Let's go back to stupid Nick Nurse press conference. Exactly. Marshawn didn't like my comment, so he's gotten awfully quiet in the chat. The ball was stolen from Tony Tarasco. What? I don't know. It's actually a very good interview show. Watch the Cat Williams interview. He's out Diddy without out Diddy. What? He outs Diddy without outing Diddy. Gotcha. So he rats on him without ratting on him. Yeah, New Yorkers are bold. That is for sure. Lions would beat the Bills. The Lions might be the best team in football right now. I ain't going to lie to you on that one. Are the Steelers in my top 10? They might be. I can't tell you all that. Stay tuned. I'm going to try it. I don't know. 6 or 7 o'clock tonight, I'll go live and do it. Only had coffee. I haven't had coffee yet today. I'm out of coffee creamer. I'm out of milk, so I can't make a coffee. I can't make an espresso. So I'm drinking orange juice till later today. It's really quite frustrating. I besmirch whoever I want. Jalen Hurts is a tomato can. Stop. We're not here for that today. I do have 2 Eagles names that I want to shout out. Big time for you guys today. 2 unsung heroes with the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. He is out. It's already been ruled out. I got 2 unsung heroes on the Eagles that I want to give props to. All right. Really do. And they're not names that you even probably know. Some of the diehards might know these names. But I want to make sure that certain players and certain people get the respect that they deserve. So I'm going to name these 2 players. They're not players. They're coaches. I want to shout out Bobby King and Roy Anderson from the Eagles. Okay, guys? Bobby King is the inside linebackers coach who has gotten Zach Bond, who's not a young cookie anymore, gotten Zach Bond, who never played interior linebacker, to become one of the best in the league. He's gotten Nakobe Dean to go from not playing for 2 years to being a very serviceable green dot guy. Roy Anderson has taken Cooper DeJean and Quinion Mitchell, 2 rookies, and completely turned around. He's the cornerbacks coach, one of the worst secondaries in football in one season. Roy Anderson, cornerback coach. Bobby King, inside linebacker coach. Unsung heroes of the Philadelphia Eagles. Just think about what they have been capable of doing. I don't think anybody has you blocked, but everybody seems to not see your comments other than me. Yeah. Maybe Tobias Harris is dropping 30. Jim Rome is on fire. Is Jim Rome still a thing? Is he? I don't know. I've never watched it. Christian Parker, who? Give PJ the running game dude props. Hold on, I got all the coaches. The run game coordinator is Jeff Stoutland. Okay. Running back or passing game coordinator is Christian Parker. Let's see here. Is there a running backs coach? Where's the running backs coach on this list? Jeff Stoutland's the run game coordinator, offensive line coach. So you can give him credit if you want. Trying to give the lesser name PJ. I'm looking for PJ on their coaching staff. I don't see. Jamel Singleton is the running backs assistant head coach. I don't see anybody with the name PJ on this list of coaches. TJ is the run game specialist assistant offensive line coach. So TJ, maybe that says TJ up there, not PJ. Yes, he did. And that made me think about it because I didn't know who they were. Duck. I went and I Google searched. I went to the Eagles coaching. I read up on their histories. Both were brought in this offseason. They're not hangovers from previous regimes. Both have had success in different ways. Roy Anderson with Devin Witherspoon and growing him. Bobby King with the Titans last year. You know, yeah, they've developed some great linebackers and cornerbacks. They turned Sills into a Dean fan. Yeah, it would be. I mean, they're talking about benching Tobias Harris already in Detroit. That's a question, Barbara, that I asked when I recorded my Eagles check down for this morning on the Eagles Pinpool Podcast Network. Who's the decision? Did Vic Fangio have the say in these guys, or was that Sirianni, or was it Howie Roseman? Who had the final say on the assistant coaches? Who remembers the late David Stern turning heel on Jim Rome? I don't remember that. Christian Parker is a secondary coach. He's going to be a D coordinator candidate. Gotcha. Looking for him on the list here. Yeah, Christian Parker is passing game coordinator, defensive backs coach. Gotcha. I just shouted out those 2 names because I think what they specifically did with Zach Bond, Nakobe Dean, Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell in such a short period of time has been pretty special, Brian. And there's other guys like Christian Parker you could shout out. I just chose those 2 names, and maybe every week I'll try to find a day to shout out some of the assistant coaches on this Eagles team and what they do. Gotcha. PJ Wheelhands, a little copper lager. Love me some PJ Wheelhands. It's a shame it's like a 30-minute drive, the closest one for me. If y'all can lose to the Raptors, y'all can lose to the Pistons. Any given night. 10 likes. Not good enough, Mitchie Poo. I hope you're well, though, my man. Is that true? They're talking about benching the. They are. No, the fans are talking about it. The media is talking about it. He had 13 points in the first half of their first game. And I don't think he scored the rest of that game, and he's averaging like 8 to 10 points since then. Tobias Harris has been really, really, like, even more bad than we remember for the Detroit Pistons. Plus, they got a young, athletic team, and we all know Tobias Harris is slow and old and clogs it all up. He is not making any friends in Detroit at all. And think about it. We were pissed because at least we had a right to be pissed at Tobias Harris because he was making $40 million a year. He's only making like 20-some million. He's making half the annual salary now in Detroit, and they already hate him. Shout for Nick Sirianni for his tireless efforts. Was it Nick Sirianni who picked the assistant coaches? I tend to think that Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore would pick their assistants. Because, hey, you're being hired to run the offense and defense. Now go fill out your staff. I kind of feel like it'd be their final decision. I'm not sure. Yeah, I got you on that one. No doubt about it. Martian showing no mercy in the AM. We have a new show. No mercy in the AM. There ain't no mercy in this dojo. Tiring efforts. Every time he opens his mouth now, just more tired of him. Yeah. What's up, Michael? How you doing? I would say Howie gave the green light to Fangio bring in these coaches. So Sirianni had nothing to do with it. Sirianni was skipping over his Howie, and Vic made the decisions. I like that. I like that way of thinking about it. Shout out to Nick's barber for real. I don't think Nick Sirianni needs a barber to shave the head. It's just get a pair of clippers. That's what I do. Hence why I haven't done it in a while, because it's a pain in the ass to do. And B lost 50 pounds. No more Shake Shack. But yet he still isn't ready to play. Tobias Harris does a lot of little things, but not worth $40 million. He's doing very little things so far this year. Is more likely the correct answer. Shake Shack. I've never had Shake Shack, so I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked. It'd be the most Philadelphia sports thing in the world, Eric, if Tobias Harris comes out tonight and drops 40 points on us. It would be the most Philly thing there is. My favorite also, I've never had Shake Shack ever. I don't even think there's one around here. I need to hire Tobias Harris' agent to represent me. He's so good, he can get me paid without showing up for work. Yeah. We all need his agent, don't we? We all need somebody to vouch for us like Tobias Harris' agent vouches for him. Guys, you're watching Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. Please hit that subscribe button. Over 20 people on the YouTube channel right now watching. Please hit that subscribe button. 22 people to be exact. Hit the subscribe and hit that like button if you would be so willing to do so. Hit the share button as well and tell a friend to come join the conversation. Got about 20 minutes left in the show. We might cut it a few minutes short today. Got lots of catering at the shop today. But please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I would not trust Sirianni picking apples, let alone any football coaches on either side of the ball. Yeah. Phil, there's one in Marlton. Well, Marlton ain't anywhere near Coatesville at Kennett Square, so I don't know if Shake Shack's good enough for me to be driving probably an hour to go get it. My guess is that is not something I'm choosing to do. Cooper DeJean is the apple of my eye. And again, I think Cooper DeJean more so than Quinion Mitchell is why I want to give Roy Anderson the credit he deserves for being an unsung hero. Cooper DeJean missed almost all of training camp. Cooper DeJean didn't play till the last preseason game. He barely played the first 4 weeks because he needed that experience. Roy Anderson's got Cooper DeJean out playing so many other people in the NFL. We're literally 3-0 since he started. He's literally making big time plays. Everyone will talk about the 4th down stop he made on Jamar Chase. Huge play. But what about down along the goal line? There was a pass. I don't know if it was to the running back or the tight end. A little swing pass out there. And he had to make an open field tackle to save a touchdown. And no one's talking about that play. Cooper DeJean is the real deal. And Roy Anderson has gotten him ready. Roy Anderson just sounds like a fake name too, doesn't it? Like Roy Anderson sounds like something like the witness protection name that you're given. But he's our defensive backs coach, cornerbacks coach. Sirianni needs to move departments to cheerleading where he can do less harm. Like, I got nothing to criticize him about right now. The Eagles are winning 3 games in a row now. All is roses in Philadelphia, in my book for the Eagles. Damn shame to Joe Pixley, age of 30, to finally shed the weight. The problem is it is in response to something that may shorten his career. Sheds all the weight, but is not in shape to play. Make that make sense. I've lost weight, but I'm not in shape. Not sure how that makes sense. What the hell happened to all my chat comments there? There they are. No, I live in Marlton. I don't even go to Shake Shack. They're not good. Gotcha. I wouldn't. Yeah, no. There's one in CC on the 11th and Chestnut. Too close to my office. Not good for my wallet or my waistline. Dude, I'm not worried about my waistline, obviously. I want to be a steady girlfriend. I like it. Speaking of steady girlfriends, okay, we're gonna share another video, mainly because people are so annoying, because so many people don't understand a joke when it's presented to you. This was posted last night to the Dallas Goedert social media account. Him and his girlfriend. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. Obviously, a hangover spoof here. Carlos, whatever. But I just posted what the F's going on here. And everyone tells me, oh, you don't know it's the hangover? Whatever. Obviously, it's the hangover. But why is my tight end that's got a bad hammy carrying his girl around like this? Like, seriously, yo. Let's get back on the field here. There's a steady girlfriend right there. There's that. There's that fantastic little thing going on social media last night. And the countless comments, people acting like I'm an idiot. He is a spark for the defense, and it is what we needed, Michael. And I'm Quinion Mitchell, while Quinion Mitchell is elite and a great, great player, it's kind of like Lito Shepherd was the all-ego, the flashy guy. Quinion Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, the Sheldon Brown, Layla Boom, the personality of the secondary. It's like a perfect 1-2 punch right there. Let's just hope these two have a better result than those two did. Eagles are winning in spite of Nick Sirianni. It's possible. Very possible. Went to the Reading Terminal on Saturday. Expect to wait in line for an hour for Old City Coffee Shop. I have never been to Reading City Terminal. Sounds like one of those blacklist names. It sounds like something. Sounds like a name I'd see on the Diddy list, right? Honestly, I think it's Isaiah Rodgers playing up on wide receivers that's helping other DBs not get rubbed out on some pick plays. It's possible. Isaiah Rodgers has played very well. I had stats on Isaiah Rodgers. Was it yesterday or today? Where are my Isaiah Rodgers stats? I don't think he gave up a single. He had 11 pass rep snaps last week. He gave up 0 catches. So Isaiah Rodgers has played really well filling in for Darius Slay. NBA, Embiid is a big man in the NBA. You know what the problem is? Knees. Always with big men. The question is, can you win with Joel Embiid? I don't know. You are more handsome than oh, thanks. Is Barbara really my wife, like in disguise? What was that? The video I shared? That was Dallas Goedert doing a hangover spoof with his girl. I'm assuming his girlfriend, for a Halloween costume. The guy with a bad hamstring lugging around a girl on his chest. Can't be good for the quads and the leg muscles there. Dallas Goedert's girl has some long-ass femurs. Yeah, I didn't look at her femurs. My white knight, Cooper DeJean. There you go. Ray Rice has one of the best. Oh, my God. What in the holy hell are you even saying? Someone needs to tell Goddard that she's only dating him because he's a millionaire. Possibly. Um, Roy Anderson sounds like the big guy. The guy Big Al knocked out. That's possibly true. That is possibly. You may have redeemed yourself for a little rough start in the conversation today, Marshawn. You may have redeemed yourself with that comment. Sirianni is like Rob Thompson. I'm guessing that's what you mean, Rob Thompson. Actually, I said this a few days ago, Mike. Maybe on this show, maybe in a tweet, maybe to a customer. I don't know. I know I said this, that we win with the Phillies despite Rob Thompson. The Eagles win despite Nick Sirianni. Talent wins out. But it seems like the players still do. He had a really good cliche one. You know, I saw a video on the Eagles Twitter account, him talking to the team after the game. Treat praise like perfume. Smell it, sniff it, do whatever the bleep you want with it, but do not drink it. That was a cliche of all cliche lines right there. Sniff the perfume, smell it, just don't drink it. KO'd someone. Yeah, Big Al KO'd somebody. He got into a fight with a Chuck E. Cheese. Rob Thompson sleeps in the dugout. Well, he's going to be sleeping with fishes soon. My Mayo Missile, Cooper DeJean, and my Maple Missile, Sidney Brown. Yeah, drink it. Don't drink the praise. Smell it, accept it, know it's there, but don't drink it. I mean, Nick Sirianni is just the ultimate cliche guy. Like, he's got a book, and he pulls out, let's go to page 71 today, paragraph 3. We'll pick out that random cliche today. Been all about sharing screens today for content. And guys, stay tuned. Tomorrow, few of you know him. I know Marshawn does. I know Trinidad does. My man, returning for the first time in ages on this show. Not sure what time frame or what segment of the show, but returning on the show tomorrow, my man from DSM Media, Dylan Davis. Can't wait to hammer out all things, Sixers, Eagles, all of it with Dylan, because me and him have had some battles over the years. Our old friend Antonio Davis was giving a speech at the presidential rally. He can't read the teleprompter. Yeah, I don't care about the presidential rally. Nick wins again. He going to say down the DX. Yeah, maybe. So we got to have a fun one. Tomorrow's Halloween, right? So we got to have a fun one. So what we're going to do, we're going to page through that one. We're going to pull up a fun one here. This is something I built yesterday. The ultimate Halloween candy bracket. All right, I'm just going to leave this up on the screen. Just going to leave it up for you guys to look at, to debate, to discuss how right or wrong and what should win. This is March Madness style. Number 1 seed, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Of course. Number 2 seed, Kit Kat, opposite of it. Number 2. I'm going to tell you my final 4. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups versus Whoppers. Kit Kats versus Three Musketeers. Based off of this bracket and seeding here. That is my thing there. Now you got to figure out which one wins and which one would win for you. A random upset in the first round. Smarties knocking off M&Ms in the first round, just so you know. That was my upset. My Cinderella story. Getting to the Elite Eight was Smarties. Cannot wait to heckle Dylan. I can't wait for it either. Dylan's response was, when I asked him to come on tomorrow, he's like, oh, great. More Trinidad and Marshawn. Just what I wanted in my life. Sirianni is Greek philosopher. Something like that. I heckled. I love Scotty and Dylan. They are my boys. I haven't heard from Dylan since his TPL days. Well, he does his little thing, DSM. I'll have it linked in the show tomorrow so you can find him on the DSM channel. But Dylan's a good dude. Got to come up with a nickname for Q and Mitchell. I don't have a nickname for them yet. Starsky and Hutch. Phil, I posted on that one already. Did you? Okay, gotcha. Philly's definitely a Twizzlers type of city. I hate Twizzlers. They're so overrated. Just gave me your 4 favorites. Okay. Peanut M&Ms. Yeah, it's looked loaded with sugar, but you get your protein. So I'm not a nuts guy. You might like nuts, Freddie Defo. I don't like nuts. Who beats Snickers? I got to look at it here. Where's Snickers on it? Snickers versus Milk Duds. I had Whoppers beating Snickers in the Elite Eight to get to the Final Four. I'm not a nuts guy, and I love Whoppers. No Twix is pure. I can only pick 16 candies, okay? I didn't have time to build a 32 or 64 thing. Maybe next year I'll do the 64. I just came up with this idea late yesterday afternoon, threw it together in like literally 5 minutes, hence none of the graphics are lined up perfectly. It was literally a thrown together thing. Just so you know. Nick Sirianni would have been a perfect Shakespearean character. Whopper is S. I love Whoppers. I do. I got a lot of people commenting about Almond Joys and Mound Bars not being on it. Not Twix, but those two. I got a lot of people saying, why didn't I put those two on there? That's my bad. At least one of them probably should have made it. Probably could have put them on there instead of Reese's Pieces. I didn't eat Pieces and Cups. Milk Duds are overrated. I put the gummy worms up there in the 16 seat opposite of the Cups because they're my wife's favorite candy. So I did that for her. Because I'm also running this on my Pizza Shop Facebook page as well as a little graphic. So had to keep her happy too. Coconut and malt taste like a whole. Okay. I need Shirley Temples on there for my precious Joel. Shirley Temples aren't candy. That's a drink. Big difference there. We'll have to see what Dylan thinks of this list tomorrow. We'll bring this up for him tomorrow. I'm a huge Reese's Peanut Butter Cup fan. Obviously, Kit Kats are one of my favorites. I had to get the Nestle Crunch on there because I think they're underrated. And I think Three Musketeers are underrated as well. Extremely underrated, except nothing was going to beat Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, in my opinion. You like Smarties, but you hate Milk Duds. Yes, I like Smarties. I hate Milk Duds. I wanted to put Necco wafers instead of Smarties, but I didn't think anybody would know what Necco wafers are. Just basically pure sugar candy. I don't like Almond Joys or Mounds. I don't. Anything with nuts in it, I'm not a nuts guy. Grandpa Candy Taste Buds. I did not put Werther's Original on the list. I thought about it. I thought it'd been funny if I went with 32 or 64. I would have put a Werther's Original on there, Trinidad. M&M peanuts are underrated. Nah. I deserve a visit from Mr. Goodbar. Yes, Mr. Goodbar did not make it either. Whoppers are good. They come in that big milk carton. That absolutely. The time I don't like Whoppers at Halloween, they come in those little packages, and they're like this big, and there's only 3, and it's like almost impossible to rip open that little package for 3 whole Whoppers. Give me the whole carton, okay? S'mores, Cooper Q Sid. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll come up with that. Phil's Def got my dad's candy taste buds. Well, I'm an old man, Trinidad. I don't know if you realize how old I actually am. I need a mental health check. How do you like Smarties over Milk Duds? Because it's just pure sugar. I love my pure sugar. I'm a very simple man. Did I miss Baby Ruth is not on there. Baby Ruth did not make the final 16. Probably should have. But I had to get the gummy worms on there for the missus. I know how to keep the missus happy with things. You know, she likes her gummy worms. How about the old 100 grand bar? I can't afford 100 grand bars, so I give out the full size candy bars. Hey, you're the winner right there. I grew up on a very small cul-de-sac, but there was one house that would give out big giant candy bars. You got to make sure you hit that house twice on Halloween, and avoid the house next to them that used to give out loose M&Ms. Yes, there was a house on my street growing up. What was her name? The Zephyrs. Which is crazy because the same last name as Al, Big Al, but not related. But they used to give out. They would have a bowl of M&Ms or Milk Duds or Whoppers every year. They would scoop their hand in, pick it up, and dump it in the bag for you. Seriously. Crazy. Milk Duds are pure sugar, are they? Was never a fan. Caramel. Yeah, I'm not a huge caramel fan. Caramel. Is it caramel or caramel? I say caramel. Some may say caramel. Phil is crushing the Smarties and using them. Oh, man. I don't know about that. I don't like candy. It's not real food. I love chocolate. Definitely the type that thinks long boys are stop. Ding 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 winner, full size candy bars. Yeah, absolutely. Or the people that give out apples. Like I always hate the person that's like apples or like Cheez-Its. Like let me just clean up my pantry and throw it all in a bowl and give it out to the kids. Chuckles or Dots, yeah, they don't make this type of list. They always swarm to my house because I don't skimp on the candy. Smart. Saw somebody with a candy bowl out on their front porch and a cooler with beer for dad on their front porch for Halloween. I thought that was a cool way to do. I would go to your house. I don't trick or treat. I don't have kids, but I would take my nieces and nephews out if I knew somebody's front porch had a cooler full of beer for me. Yeah, like who's giving it out an apple? Why? Why would you do that to a kid? Phil, no, I'm not doing that. Not at all. How about those Three Musketeers? I'm a huge Three Musketeers fan. Very underrated candy, Nooms. If my Yankees lose, I'm giving out apples. Yeah. When is game 5, Trinidad? I don't even know. Yeah. What type of hippie we'd at it? Yeah, I don't know. King size bars. Yeah. I still don't get the person giving out the loose candy. Who in their right mind would give? I mean, even in the 90s and 80s when times were different, who gives out loose M&Ms and dumps them in your bag? Then they melt and they're all over all the other candy. Plus, you got to throw it out because you ain't eating loose M&Ms out of some rando's hands. Like that one always drove me nuts. Twix. I put Twix on there, didn't I? Twix. I really thought I put Twix on here. Maybe I deleted Twix for something else that I had forgotten. Twix was originally on here. I'm kind of a Twix guy. One year my neighbor gave out joints to the parents that came to the door. That's my kind of neighborhood. If my mom saw a house giving out loose candy, she would snitch on that house to the other parents. I like that. That is a case where snitches are okay it's okay to be a snitch. That is okay to be a snitch there. For sure. We gave out coffees for the parents one year. Coffee's not as cool as other things. Kit Kats and Milky Ways. Kit Kats are, in my opinion, the chocolate on a Kit Kat bar is the best candied chocolate there is out there. Bar none. It's not the best candy. Peanut butter cups are. But the Kit Kat chocolate is the best chocolate. Hands down, period. No doubt about it. I don't know, as a kid, I was always a Welch's fruit salad. There was somebody in the neighborhood that used to give that out, for sure. Mexican candy, them Locos candy. Well, I'm sure a lot of that gets given out here in the Kennett Square area. I offered to Irish it up for the guys. Okay, gotcha. You got to Irish it up. I don't remember. I never got a Wendy's Frosty coupon. Never got that. That's interesting. Sounds like something there. Anyway, guys, this is Trending in the AM right here on the STT Sports Network. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow with some Dylan Davis talking Sixers. Yes, Marshawn. There will be more Sixers talk tomorrow. There will be more Eagles talk tomorrow. But we got to wrap this show up a little early today, guys. My candy taste buds have evolved as an adult. I like gummy bears. That's how they've evolved as an adult. But they're not the gummy bears you can buy at your local grocery store. We'll just say, is my candy a choice on most given days? Just so you know. Different kind of gummy bear. For sure. Yes. Wrap it up. Don't ever change, Mitchkoff. Don't ever change, Mitchkoff. It's going to be great hearing Dylan talk about losing to the Pistons. Yes. Tomorrow. He will be on at some point. I got to text him later today and get the timing down with him. But yes, guys, we got to wrap this show up. We'll be back tomorrow. And look for it. Hit that subscribe button, but also turn the notifications on. Depending on what time I get home tonight, I will go live with a special Power Rankings Week 9 edition of the NFL. What are my top 10 of my Power Rankings? We're going to go live 6, 7 o'clock-ish, somewhere in that range, and we'll give out my Power Rankings later tonight. He's going to have either 6 or 40, nothing in between. Yes. Stevie Fuentes, you know what kind of gummy bears I like. You know what I like. But anyway, guys, we're going to end it right there. Go Birds. They're not made for this. And Bubbles up to y'all. And again, happy birthday, Dad.
Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, 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 julep. Pop, pop.